Mesechta Zevachim Daf Kuf Yud Beis Amid Aleph, but we're starting from Kuf Yud Aleph Amid Beis. So now we'll start the Mishnah right now. Okay, so the Mishnah. Chatoyos Shekibol Dama Bekois Echad. They were Mekabel. One of the Vedas was Kabbalah. There's Kabbalah, Halacha, receiving the blood, bringing the blood, the Halacha. Then the Zrika. No, just the Shechita, and then the Kabbalah of the Dam. But the Shechita could be by a Azar, aber anheben sich von der Kabbalah and weiter, that's the Avodah of a Kohen. So anyway, the Chatos, Shekibel, Dama, because the Chatos, where the Kohen was Makab, B'Kli the blood, but what did he do with the blood? Instead of spraying it on the Mizbeach, he went outside, he started spraying outside. The Chazavin Nasim Ifnim, and then there was leftover blood. So and so there's left the shirayim. What do you do with the shirayim of the blood? Al Yisod. He put it. So the shirayim. He put it on the Yisod of the Mizbeach, the shirayim. Yeah, but that's the shirayim. He sprayed the blood. There's shirayim. What do you do with the shirayim? You put it on the Yisod of the Mizbeach. Yeah, then he says bifnim. If he did l'chatchila first bifnim, he sprayed bifnim. Now jetzt ist Fran even geblieben shirayim. V'nas mechazam v'chaz v'nas machutz, and then he put the shirayim bachutz. Chayiv, he's chayiv. Shekula royi lebifnim, because the whole thing was royi lebifnim. Okay, this is going according to Rabbi Nechemia. The first case, no, he sprayed the blood normally, but the first case.
No, it says that all the blood was ready to be sprayed inside.
Right. Well, let me just tell you. First, let me start off. The first case is Nishkin Chiddush. When he was Makabel the blood, and he took the blood and he sprayed it outside, for sure he's going to be Chayiv. There's no question about it. There's no Chiddush in it. Chiddush is in the second case. He was Makabel Adam. He did everything right. He went and he sprayed the blood. It's a continuation like from today in the morning, so you're not going to have a problem. He's received the blood. He sprayed the blood. And the Mizbeach, he did it the right way. Now he has Shirayim. So what did he do with the Shirayim? The Shirayim he did outside.
He's going to get rid of it, right?
Okay, but the Shirayim is supposed to go on the Yisod. But I would have thought Shirayim is not part of the Avodah, so it's not really vital to the Avodah. So maybe Bachutz, he shouldn't be Chayv if he did the Shirayim Bachutz. So he's come to teach us, no, that if he did the Shirayim Bachutz, it is going to be Chayv, because we hold like Rab Nechemia, who says the Shirayim is an integral part of the Aveda. Sagt die Gemara, Kippel Daman Mishnei Kaises, if he received the blood in two separate cases. The Mishnah, you're right. I'm up to around the second line. Third line. So he took the blood and he placed it in two cases. And then Nasam Shneim Befnim, Potter, he's going to be Potter. Of course he's going to be Potter. There's no Chiddush, he did everything right. It doesn't matter, right? So, if he took the two cases of blood and he did it outside, chayiv. Here is also no chiddush. Here the chiddush is going to be echad b'fnim, echad b'chutz. The first one, remember, the first blood he did b'fnim. He did on the mizbeach. Yeah, he did the right way. And then the part bachutz that he's spilled out, I should say shirayim. Shirayim, Nechem is supposed to go on your side and you pour it outside, you should be chayiv. He's going to say he's part because the Gemara is going to explain here it's two cases. It's not called shirayim. It's called dichui. We'll get to it soon in the Gemara.
Shirayim be one cup half in and half out.
Oh, that's very good. Then the Gemara will say that in that same cup, if he sprayed and there was left over, that's shirayim. But here,
that's what we said before.
Yeah, no, right. But this case was two blood in two separate cases. He got rid of one cup, so the second cup is not called shirayim.
What is it called?
Dichui. It's nothing. It's
waste. It's called waste.
Waste, yes. Right. What's if he did it the reverse? Echad b'chutz. He sprayed the blood first outside, and then echad b'fnim, then chayv ala chitzayin. He's going to be chayv for the chitzayin because that's the ikar, the integral part of the spraying. But pnim mechaper.
It's all stuff in two cases?
Yes. But the pnim is going to be a kapara. Because we're going to say the first one wasn't anything. It's the second one that's being mechaper. Okay? Meaning the first one we're going to say was really roi, but he sprayed it outside. So the he's chai for chutz. Yeah, And for the Pnimi, the second case that he used for Pnimi is fine.
Is mechaper.
Yeah. What is this compared to? Says the of them to somebody who separates the chatas, and now he comes to Makav Zayin, he lost the chatas avegilofim. So he went and he separated another chatas, and before he was Makav it, he's there. The first behemoth comes back. I'm here ready. So they're both standing. Oh, so Shachat the Bechlal like this. It's if this is going according to Rebbe. Rebbe says even though they're two alive, once you mechapa one, that's called a kapara. That was the kapara, and if it's a behemoth.
He came back now Shechted.
So why you got to shech both? Though?
No, he doesn't. But a chatas shekipra baila, a chatas that the bailam already mechupa were forgiven on. So the second chatas, it has to be killed. That's the halacha. That's like a chatas shamisa baila. A owner brought a chatas, and before he could be makabit, he died. So then the chatas you have to kill.
They had a kedusha from before the first time.
Right,
They
designated it. Right,
so
yes.
It didn't leave yet.
Yeah, the kedusha is still there. So here we. So what happened over here?
So why can't he kill Shechted also?
No, you have to kill it. That's the halacha. It's called chatas shechipra baila. The chatas that the bailam already were mechupa with one of the kabbanis. The other one has to get killed. It was designated for that kapara, and it's not being used for that. Can't use it for anything. Okay. Shteim bifnim. If they shachat shteim bifnim, if you shachat both inside the hazara, potter, he's going to be potter. He did it in the right place. Shteim bachutz chayiv, because b'shas hashchita each one was roit for akrava. And he did it bachutz, so he's going to be chayiv. How shachat achs b'fnim? You're right. But if he shachat the one inside, so that's the integral one, and then achs b'chutz potter, because the first one is the kapara. The second one is called a chatas shekipra baila. Second one is a chatas that already the bailam already mechupa. We're already
Why
forgiven.
is it even a chatas? Because he already designated it.
It doesn't. It's called a
first
chatas.
one?
Right. But he got back the first one. But he says now that it comes to use this one, if the one that was already sacrificed, we call it. Oh, this is a chatas. The owners were already forgiven, and we have to kill this animal. So therefore, it's already. So it's destined to be killed. So if you shachted it outside, it's zero. It wasn't right for the. It was not right for the mizbeach for shchita, and therefore he's going to be potter. Achas befnim chayiv. What did I say? Achas b'chutz. Then he's going to be achas befnim. Achas b'chutz is potter. Achas b'chutz. But if you took the first one outside, then the achas pnim, and the second one inside, chayiv alachitzayna. The first one was right. The first one was right for kapara, and he did it chutz. So he's going to be chayiv.
It's sort of self-explanatory.
Pnimi is mechaperes. It's not going to be so. We'll soon see. Pnimi is mechaperes, and the inner one, the one that he brought back inside, is going to be a kapara. So it's Gemara Kishem Shazika Dama Peites Psara. A new din, just like the spraying of the blood is what patters the meat, meaning is matter the meat from to be able to have anal. The chalal achatas, you're not allowed to derive any benefit. It's called the is called meila. Meila means you're having benefit from hagdish. But once you spray the blood, now it becomes yours. You can eat the meat, so there's no din meila. So he says that not only kachi peteres es basa chavata, it's also going to be matir, the second animal that came back, the first animal that came back. Meaning that he's not going to be chayv for meila. You have to burn it, but if he has hanah, he's going to be over on the iser. You're not allowed. But it has kedusha, he says, but you're not going to be chayiv for the isa of meila.
Because you're not going to be using it.
There was a zrika already, which helped for both. One zrika helped for both. Yes. Okay. Okay, now the Gemara on the top, Bishloima. So the Gemara is going to ask on the Reisha part. We said if he took from the dam, and he placed the dam bifnim, and then he did again. He took the rest of the blood and he brought it outside. So he said he's going to be chayiv. Why should he be chayiv for outside? It's only the shiyari adam. It's the leftover. I told you already in the Mishnah. This Gemara. In fact, Gemara Bishleim I understand Bachutz, if the first dam he put outside, it was Roiv inside, he brought it outside, because of a Nas Biftim, that he's going to be Chayiv because the first dam that was Roiv for Biftim, you took outside. Shekul Roili is Biftim, because all of it was right to be inside. Avo Biftim, but if Lechatchila, he did Biftim, and now the leftover, the Shiori Adam, Helam Bachutz, he brought it outside, that's not an integral part, that's Shirayim. Shirayim Ninu, it's only Shirayim, so why should he be Chayiv for taking the Shirayim Bachutz? If you want to Homani, who's the Mishnah following? Rab Nechemi, the Homa, Shiori Adam, Shikim Bachutz Chayiv. Rab Nechemi says, no, Shiori Adam is just like Zika, and it has to be Bifnim, and how you say that in Mizbech is part of the Aveda. And if you're missing that, it's Ma'akif. So therefore, if he did it outside, he's going to be Chayiv.
So the Mishnah holds like that?
Yeah. Says, you want to hear Rab Nechemi? You're following Rab Nechemi? Hey, no Sefer, let's look what it says in the Sefer. It says in the Sefer, Kibul Davam B'Shnei Kaises. He received the blood in two separate cups. And then it says, Nasan Shneim B'Fnim. He placed both cups. He got rid of the blood inside. Pata is Pata.
Maybe he's supposed to put in the Yisai, the other blood is...
We're going to get to it in a second. Shneim B'Chutz. Yeah, that's what he did. One cup he did on the Mizbeh, one cup as Shiori Adam, or Shneim B'Chutz. Chayiv. But if you brought both of them bachutz, he's chayiv.
It wasn't nice.
Oh, because the first one was right for sure to be bifnim, and he brought it outside. For sure, he's going to be chayiv. How about echad bifnim, echad bachutz? Potter. If he took the first kais bifnim, the second kais he brought outside, he's going to be potter. What? For you want to have Nechemish, Yori Adam.
That's one and one.
Yeah, but not, when it says Nasam Echad B'Fnim, it means the B'Fnim went first. One case, as I state the Mishnah, in the Pidish. Okay, so the first one he put in B'Fnim, so it's Yetzigeven, Echad B'Chutz, and the second case he brought outside. But if you get like Rab Nechemiah says even the Sheyori Adam is a chelik from the Aveda. So why do you say Potter? And you want to say for son Tanakam the Rebbe Lazar with Rab Shimon. The Sefer goes according to the Tanakam of Rab Shimon. So this is. Let me just say what it says about there. This machlekes. We had in the Brisa before on Lamadalit in Zevachim a machlekes between the Tanakam and Rebbe Lazar. But when they gave to somebody was makabel the dam with 4 cases, 4 separate cups. So then he took he sprayed the 4 matones of the dam in one of the cases. So what's the din with the rest of the cases? So the Tanakama says the only thing that's called shirayim is from the case itself. The first case, you spray the blood and there's left over in the first case. That's shirayim. But all the other cases is called dichli. It's
waste, right?
Yeah, it's waste because it's like dachais v'yadan. When he took out the matanis from one case, he designated the blood. That's the blood. All the other ones is not. So therefore, it's called a dichui, and it's not called shirayim. So that's what he says. That's what the Tanakama of Rebbe Lazar holds. The Amma pushed off. Dichui means pushed away. The Amma, that Tanakama said, kois of Dam, that they used that kois, one of the koises for the matanis for the mizbeach. So now you use that kois, all the other koises. It's goyrem that all the other ones should be pushed away. It's not even considered as sheyari adam. Sheyari adam would have been from that kois itself. Of the other cases pushed off. So therefore, once it's a dichli, what do you do with the cases that are dichli, that are pushed away? You throw it into the drain. What drain was that? That drain would take the pselis of the azara and bring it into the nachal kidrein, into the river of kidrein. But it was worthless. It wasn't called sheyari adam. So this mission is going to the Tanakama. Yeah, who's that Tanakama that argues with him?
We said was going to Rab Nechemiah, no?
That's also has Nishkin Stira. Rab Nechemiah holds like this Tanakama, that the Shiraim is only within the same case, but not in the other cases. So, and he says,
he says also the Shiraim is part of the Avodah.
Yeah,
if it's from the same case.
The same case. So he says, who's this Tana that argued on Rabbi Lazar Rab Shimon? He wants to say this Tanakama was also Rab Nechemiah, who said that the Shiraim is only in that same case, but not by the other cases. The other cases will be a dichui. Says the Gemara, Lama Hadavadema. To what is this case similar to? Lemafrish chatase v'ovda. To somebody who separated a carbon chatas and he lost it. He separated another one in its place. And then they found the first one. So now we have two chatayis over here. So the Gemara, Lama Hadavadema, Lamali. What's the mashal? The mashal azash shvera mashal. What do we need as much? Is he coming to teach us anything with this? What? Yeah. Apol metavant. Yeah. Floor metav. Yeah. In fact, you want to have money. Who's this following this Mishnah? Rabbi Hi.
What's this question?
What do you bring the mashal? You coming when you bring the mashal, you want to explain something that's hard. The ninshal is more explanatory, self-explanatory than the mashal you brought. You just made it more complicated with a mashal. So he says, what's this whole complication over here? He brought me a mashal over here. He says, who is this Mishnah learned? Likely Rebbe. That Rebbe says a chatos that was lost, and he separated a separate one. You see, Rebbe is the only one that says, the Rabbanan halten, that if the first one came back and the two standing, the din is not considered a chatas shechipa by law that you kill the behemoth. He says that if they're both still alive, then one you use, and the other one you let eat till it gets a mum. Then you sell it, and then you buy another eila. Rebbe, the chiddush is
you could have used either one, right?
Right. So Rebbe is the one that is mechadish that even if the first one came back and they're both alive, it is the second one is called chatas shechipra ba'aleha. It's a chatas already that the owners were forgiven, and this one has
Even
to
though
die.
this was the original one.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
So what do you do with that?
He could choose either one. It doesn't matter. He could choose the first one or the second one. Right now he has both. When he came back. So he's
Who holds like that? That's Rebbe?
Rebbe, only Rebbe. The Chacham say if it came back, it's a whole different. It's not called Chata Shechip Ba'aleha that you have to kill it. No, Rebbe says that it falls under the category of Chata Shechip Ba'aleha that it got lost and never came back. It's the same thing.
Okay, in other words, if he lost it, when you appointed a new animal,
It
takes the place.
Right.
That's Rebbe.
Yes.
So what do you do with the first one?
You kill it.
Kill it. And what does the others hold?
No, you don't kill it. You let it wash in the field till it gets a mum, and you sell it for a kamayla or for kitzam mizbeach. Whenever the mizbeach didn't have any
So
animals,
who's the other person?
to
Who's the
please
other person that keeps the Rebbe?
the Tanakama. It doesn't say who it is. Okay, says the Gemara Abuda Bishas Afrasha. There it's talking about that it got lost in the time when he separated, and then it came back. So Mesa, then we have to kill the animal. The Hachikama. So 1 minute. So how is it similar to our case with the two cases? The two cases, right? We said if he was marking the first case with Nim, and the second one outside is going to be potter for the one outside. The same thing by behema. If you were marking one of the behemoths inside, and the second one you mark outside, you're not going to be chayiv because the second one is not royal akrova. The second one is called chata shechipra baila, and it's supposed to be killed. So it's similar. You understand? Just like by the case is dichui, and you're not going to be chayiv if you spray the first case inside, the second case outside. You're not going to be chayiv because the second one is a dichui. Here also, the first behemoth you're marketing, the second one that you brought outside, you're not going to be chayiv for because it's called a chatas shechipra baila, which is not roy for akrava.
Even though that was the first one, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. First, the second doesn't matter. Okay, this is what it is. So what is the kavanah of the Mishnah? Taima, this is where the chiddush of the mashal is. He wants to bring out a chiddush in the mashal. Taima the whole reason is that it got lost. Meaning that he designated one chatas, that chatas got lost, and he got another chatas. Let's say he took two chatas lechatchila. He says, I need to be guaranteed. I'm taking two chatas. Maybe one is going to run away. I want to guarantee it from Zayt. So he says, he says, there, if he took two lechatchila, so then we got a problem. So if he took two lechatchila, and then he's makif the second one outside, the second one that he's makif outside is going to be chayiv because what happens with the second animal? You have to let it till it gets a mum. you sell it, you take the money, and you buy another carbon. So it's still roy for a carbon. So since it's roy for a carbon, if you were making bachutz, you're going to be chayiv. That's what he wanted to bring out. Because you still have to buy another animal for kitz hamizbeach for oilus nadava.
But he wasn't mafish when oil. He was mafish both for achatas.
Right. So what?
We say that.
So the second chatas turns into oilus nadava.
It comes in oil.
Yeah, oilus nadava, meaning the money. You first get some mum, and then you sell it for another animal to be makvas oilus nadava. You can have hunamarav, like Rav Hunamarav said. Rav Hunamarav, Osham shadit l'reiyah, Osham that was set aside to pasture till it gets a mum, right? And he has to use that money to buy another carbon. He didn't wait. Ushchate before he got a mum. It's like yeshachten stam. Sagt die Mann kosher the kabmeila. It's kosher. He was yetzer for a kabmeila, even though the procedure he didn't follow. He was supposed to wait till he gets a mum, then sell it with a mum, take the money and buy another animal. He didn't do that. Ich hab nicht keine Zeit für mum. Schachten, geschachten, finished. It's like done. They told him, er hat nicht verstanden, was tut sich mit der Eis of, was macht er gleich hat abgehackt den Kopf. Finished.
You had in mind it should be an Osham in the beginning.
Chatas. A guarantee. One should be a guarantee as a chatas. Yeah, Osham is a chatas. Yeah, also.
Okay, and it was supposed to go out to pasture because he
the first one was used as a kapara. The second one,
that
even though he didn't, he had to follow procedure. Wait till it gets a mum and then buy another animal and use it as oil's nadava. He said, "I'm going to do it right now." So, yeah. So he's yetzer b'diavad. Sagt die Mann, how could you compare? Hasam when by its two chatais, Asham zacha ela zacha. By Asham, if it was a Asham, you're right. We're talking about a chatas. Also, Asham is a zacha and ela is a zacha, so they can be interchanged.
Chatas is in the cave, no?
But chatas is nekeva. You're right. Aval chatas nekeva. If it would have been an Asham, like Asham Tali, Asham. So Asham is the min of behema is a zacha, and you took two scharim. So the second zacha you shechted for oila. That's perfect. Okay. But if your two original behemoths were for a chatas, they were nekevas. What do you mean you shechted one for oila? You can't go. It has to be a nekeva. It has to be a zacha, and it has two nekevas. I hear you. Aber Rabbi Chia Justinia said, "B'sir Anasi." By Sir Anasi, who's bringing as a chatas, he brings a min zacha. So therefore, it's not a problem. It can be interchanged. Hadan Allah Hashek L'Hamayla. We're going to return to you the Perek Hashek L'Hamayla in 7 years from now. So you want it? Maybe earlier. Zag the Mishnah Poras chatas. This is the Pora Aduma. Shesor for Chutz Megita, that he burnt it outside of the pit. This Mishnah is like 10 Mishnahs. 10 Mishnahs together. I don't know if we'll finish. I hope we do. 10 Mishnahs together. It's almost a blot of Mishnahs.
Tonight you're going to finish the whole thing?
Maybe.
Is it one big Mishnah?
Yeah. No, it's 10 Mishnahs compiled into one.
Before there's even one Gemara.
Same blood.
We have to stay up late.
Okay. Poras chatas, Pora Aduma, Shesofer Chutz Megita. There was a special pit where they sacrificed it outside. The Pora Aduma, they did it outside of the Beis Hamikdash. Outside the Hazara, outside, facing the Har Hazeisim, and it was in a gita, in a pit. They did a special pit. So he didn't shecht it there. He went and shecht it elsewhere. V'chein Sar Mishtaleach.
Which you normally shecht, Kohen or Yisrael?
It's usually Kahanim, but they become Tamei. Those that deal with it, whoever deals with it becomes Tamei, and whoever it's sprayed on becomes Tahir.
But we deal with Kohen, no?
Yeah. The sar that had to be sent to Azazel wasn't geschachten. They threw it down to Azazel. What did this guy do? No, he shachted it. He shachted it outside. He didn't do the right procedure. So the halacha is potef. He did it bachutz. These two outside where it's normally supposed to be done. He's not chayiv. Shenema, because where you chayiv, where you going to be chayiv bachutz? Well, Pesach oil mayed lo yaviu. It has to be fit to go into the Pesach oil mayed, and it's supposed to be in the Azara, and he took it out. It was makbach chutz. Aber die zwei Kabbanas gehen lechatchila nicht in the Mishkan, in the Beis Hamikdash. But the sorry is lazazel, and the part of Adam is also outside. So he says, "Kol shein roy love it. Al pes chayil beit. Ein chayil Allah." If anything that's not ready to go into the Beis Hamikdash, you're not going to be chayv for
Even if
bachutz.
you didn't do it in the right spot.
Right. You're going to be chayv for not following procedure, but not chayv for bachutz kodesh. Hareveya. If a behema that lives with a person, or v'aniba, or a person lives with the behema, v'hamuksa, as somebody designated a behema for avodah zarah, he said, this is going to be used for avodah zarah. Ava never. M'chen gedin the behema also avodah zarah. V'amechir. Mechir, he sold a behema, he sold his dog and he got an exchange a behema. So you're not allowed to use this behema in the Beis Hamikdash. A behema, forget a hunt is a hunt, but let's say he sold his dog and he got the behema, he can't use it.
But the guy can use the dog, right?
Whoever is using the dog is always
You can use the behavior too.
Well, that's
Stop,
not- But that's not somebody who paid, who got this behema from a zayna who she got payment as for znus. This behema he bought this behema. V'akilayim, a behema that was from two different minim. V'atreifa, a behema that's going to die before the year ends. V'yoytze doifen, or a behema that was taken out through a cesarean, nicht a normal birth. They cut the stomach. Shehi kriven machutz, that he was mak machutz, pata is pata. Why? Shnemen says in the pasuk, V'al pesach yomayid lo yavi lahakal hakavan Hashem lefnei mishkan Hashem. It has to be able to enter the yomayid. All these are isurim, the nish roi for a carbon. You're not allowed. Kol sheina roi lavli is lefnei mishkan Hashem chayam malach. So the Mishnah weiter baile mumin. What about behima balmum? Bein baile mumik kfuyim. Bein balei mum even. Sai about mum a behema that's never the mum is never going to leave. Sai behema it broke a leg. It has a cast. They're going to take off the cast and everything's going to be fine. Sheikh that he was makab outside potter. He's going to be potter.
Is that right? They can't go inside.
It's not right now to go into the Pesach Yomei. Reb Shimon balei mumim kfuyim potter. Balei mumim kfuyim for sure is potter machutz. Balimumin oivim, but a behema that it's temporary. Chayiv loisase, not chayiv kodes, because right now it's nishroi. But since it's going to be roi, so he says there's a loisase. You're not allowed to do it. Bachutz. The loisase is that he has to wait it out because it's going to be roi lachazman. Oh, that you should the loisase you shouldn't be makab bachutz. The asay is to be marked inside. That is not over. But on the lois asay that you shouldn't be marked b'chutz, he's over. But the only way you can be chayiv if he's over on the asay and the lois asay. On the asay that you have to do it right now b'fnim, and he can't. Toirim, shaleiki, zmanim, turtle doves that didn't reach its zman to be kosher for akrava. They're too small. Before the year, before 8 days. And the pigeons that are already too old, altar pigeons, so they can be marked. That shekrim machutz potter is potter. B'nei yoina that is already too old. It's an altar pfeifer. He can't do nothing with it. Potter is potter. But turtle doves that didn't get reached, eventually they're going to be good. So it's chayv loisasa. He's going to be chayv loisasa. Oisev es b'nei. It says that you're not allowed to shech the mother and the child in the same day, right? Umechus man, or behema that didn't reach yet this man to be makir, meaning you need 7 days at least from the later that it should be ready for a korban. So if he was makir it bachutz, potter, he's potter. Reb Shimon said, he's over below sasa. Because side the mother, let's say he was makir the mother, he could have waited another day and the son would have been good. Or you have the same thing if the behemoth is still too young and you're makir b'chutz. You're not going to be chayiv kares, but you're still chayiv because you could have waited a little bit of time and it'll be fine. It's like the Mother Reb Shimon.
Totally off the hook.
No, you're not totally off the hook. Right. You said it right. Reb Shimon kol shurei lavi la'achazman. Any behemoth that's fit to come after a little while in and be mukr bifnim, and be sacrificed inside the Hazar, but he doesn't get Kaddish. What are you saying? Kol shein by Kaddish, if he's not chayiv Kaddish now, ein by loisasa, there's no loisasa. Okay, Zok the Mishnah Vayt Mechusas man, that we said if it's still missing a day or two, to be fit to be sacrificed. Bein begufay, side that the behemoth was too young. Bein bevolov, aside the owners, it's not yet. He's still tummy. He cannot be makriv. Ezeu mechus. Oh, the Gemara is going to ask. Ezeu mechus zman bevolov. What does it mean that the bailam are not fit? It's before the time. Says Gemara Hazav ba'yaladas v'amatzera. The Torah gave them a specific time of days that they're tummy. So if he was makriv before those days came up, he's not. He was makriv b'chutz before the time put him because he was still tummy at that time. Because eventually it's going to be. He could have been makriv if he was tummy, so he's going to be. He's not totally off the hook according to Reb Shimon. The oilis, and the shlamim that a woman brings after the birth, after 40 days for a zacha, after 80 days, so she brings one shlamim. Those are the davis that she brings. Chayavim, even if it was sacrificed before the 40 days or before the 80 days. Why is she chayiv? Because these are the davis. The davis can be brought before this man. It's not a carbon for Tara. For Tara, yeah, it doesn't serve any purpose. But she has to bring the Nadavis also. Those Nadavis, she can bring before this man. Let's see if he says, Chiyuv Nahaka Kabbalah Seilah, Mikom Makam Ru'yim Hayu Kabbalah Seilah L'Karu B'Fnim Shekeinu Ezru Shlamim, Nitnu L'Karu Gam B'Teres Nadava. Also Teres Nadava, Klaim Haven Lo Hayu B'Le Kabbalah Seilah, Yechem Latzi Dei Chavash Ma'Kavas B'Fnim. It's not the Hakrava to become Torah, no. Then it wouldn't have served that purpose to make them Torah. Yes. Achim hayu kabanis kshedim. Ke'elu ushlam yechenu lavet gam b'lo chiyuv ela b'teres nadava. If you bring out some teres nadava, you can bring them before this man. It's not. Has nothing to do. It's not. It's not nothing to do with being matayir from the tumah.
But she has to bring the davis later also.
Yes. Yes, she brings hayil and shlam together with the carbon chatas. Zog the Mishnah vayta hamayla. Somebody who puts on the marach sa'ish l'shem akrobim b'sar chatas, of the meat of the chatas which he's supposed to be able to eat, and he decided, I'm not going to eat it, I'm going to use it as a carbon. Or b'sar rosh, b'sar kachim, b'sar kachikalim, or b'sar ema, the leftover the ema, ushtei alechem, and the loaves of bread. The person gets to eat the loaves of bread. V'lachem aponim, and the lachem aponim shiyarim menachis, and the leftover of the menachis, that goes to the balabatim to eat. What did he do? He burnt it outside. Or he poured the oil of the mincha outside onto the mincha. V'apoisis is after you fried the mincha, instead of breaking it inside the azara, he went and he took it outside, and it's fabrekled outside. V'aboilel, he mixed the mincha with the oil. Where did he do it? Outside. V'amoleach, the one salt in the cup, he did it outside. V'amenif, the cup that you have to shake, the hanofa, he did it outside. V'amagish, pick up and wave it to all the sides. The amagish was that they took the mincha in a kli, and before they took out the kmitza, they would take the keli and do a hagosha, bring it close to the mizbeach. Like today, they give new kibudim by a bris, hagosha. They get the eine the zweite the baby bis kommt zum Mail. Ja, der eine hat psas khus hagosha half hagosha beis. No, okay. Amagish. And somebody who sets up the lachma upon him, so somebody who cleans out then the neiris of the menorah of the ashes, the shemen and psiles of the previous night, and the kmitzav, domim, and the one who receives the blood of the in a kli, if he did it b'chutz, all these. A kometz is by the mincha, the flour. He does kmitza. He did the kmitza outside. What? Which word?
No, I'm saying he's potter.
Yeah, if he did bachutz, b'makabel domim, or he received the blood within a kli shadis. But where did he receive the blood? Outside the hazara. He's potter.
Why is he potter?
Because this that's not the ikar of the carbon. Correct. It's not the ikar. Because there's more avodah after it. Each one has an avodah after it. It's not a conclusion, and it's not a avodah on its own. So it's nishkin ikar avodah. So therefore, he's not going to be chayiv b'chutz. He's going to say. Vein chayam malav, and one is not going to be chayiv on all these above mentioned maisim that he did bachutz. Loy mishum zares. They even if a zar, not a non-kohen, did these actions, he's not going to be chayiv as a zar. V'loy mishum tuma, and if it was a kohen tamei who did all these actions, he's not going to be chayiv b'dei shamayim, like it's as a tamei. V'loy mishum chus begadim. And let's say he didn't have all the big kahuna that's required for the Aveda, he's not going to be chayiv karis for it. If he did one of these Avedas without washing his hands and feet, it's called kiddush yadav b'raglav, without sanctifying his hand and his feet before doing the Aveda, he's not going to be chayiv b'sibedei shamayim. He's not going to be chayiv karis. Okay. It's because it's not the integral Aveda. Says the Gemara, and the psukim that he brings down as that you need it should be a complete Aveda. Ad shaloi hukma mishkan hoya abamis mutaris. Before they put up the mishkan, the bamis were mutar because they had nowhere to be makiv, so they were makiv on the bamis. Stones. V'aveda b'bchayres. And the Aveda that was done, and the Aveda was done through the Bechayim, not through Kahanim. When they put up the Mishkan, Nasa Abamais, then Moshe told Aaron with the children to deal with the Aveda, it became only Kahanim, nicht the Bechayim. Prior to that, the Bechayim would do the Avedas. The Aveda, okay, the Aveda B'Kahanim. And the first one, Nasa Abamais, when they put up the Mishkan, the Abamais became Asa. And the Aveda could only be done through Kahanim and not through the Bechayres. Kachim, the Kachim were eaten in the Chatzah of the Mishkan. The Kachim Kalim, the Chol Machne Yisrael, was eaten throughout all the camps of the Yidden. Machne Yisrael, all the Shvatim had their own Machne. Okay?
That means anywhere in Eretz Yisrael, right?
Yeah.
No,
not in Eretz Yisrael, Machne Yisrael, in the camps. This is the Mishkan. In the Midbar. Okay, the Kachim Kalim Chol Machne Yisrael, Kishabola Gilgal. When they brought the Mishkan to Gilgal, there it stood for 369 years. Hutu Abames. When they came to Gilgal, they were mated the Bames, and the Kachim the Kachim was inside the curtains in the Chatzah Mishkan. I'm sorry, no, Gilgal was only the Kachim Kalim Chomakim, and the Kachim Kalim was eaten all over. Let me just see 39. The Bnei Yisrael put up the Mishkan by Gilgal, and the Mishkan stood there only for 14 years, and they conquered the land, and they divided. It took 14 years for them to conquer the land and divide the land between the Shvatim. So in those 14 years, they allowed the Bames. Okay, and that's what he said. The Kachim were eaten inside the Chatzah Mishkan. No, that's before Mishkan Shilai. So Bo Shilai, they came to Shilai. Shilai, that was a Mishkan that stood there for 369 years. Nasa Bames, the Bames became Asa. That they didn't have a rooftop, but it was built with stone. It was built. The walls were avanim. But the rooftop were just curtains. And that was a real menucha. And in a place of menucha, you were not allowed to have bames. The kachim was eaten inside the claim. The kachim kalim, could be eaten in any place that could see the Mishkan of Shilai. Then there was a churban with the plishtim, and we know that they brought the Arin to fight with them, and they lost the war. And Shaul HaMelech came running to Eli and said what happened, that his two sons were killed, and Eli wanted to hear the whole story. When he heard it, he fell backwards and he died also. Eli was already 98. Anyway, when it came to Neiv, the Bamis became mutter again. Okay, so now he says, Kachim was eaten in the Chatzar of the Mishkan, the temporary Mishkan, and Kachim Kalim with Cholari Yisrael was eaten throughout all the cities of the Yidden. Mo Yerushalayim. They came to Yerushalayim. Nasa Abamis.
Again.
The Abamis became Aser. Once they built it in Yerushalayim, the Beis Hamikdash, there was no heter. The Haisa Nachla, and this was a Yerusha for, and the Isa Abamis became Aser. The kachim was eaten inside the curtains. The kachim was eaten inside the wall of Yerushalayim that it was surrounded by the wall. All those kadashim that they made holy as a carbon when the Isa Abamis was there and they were makiv b'shas Isa Abamis mechutz. Yoivam say that you have to be makiv in the mikdash. The loisa say you're not allowed to do lachutz and you chayv kares. Higdish mishas heta abamis. What's if he was makdash in the time when it was mutter to do abamis? But he keep mishas isa abamis. Then they built the Beis Hamikdash. Bachutz harei elu ba'aseh v'loisa say he's over nasei and loisa say abavein chayam alei kares because when he was makdash it became aser. Higdishon because when his makdash it was mutter the abamis. Yeah, Higdishim b'shas isa abamis. What's if he was makdish in the time when it was aser, and then he keep b'shas het abamis, and he was makdish when, and he sacrificed when the abamis were mutter. Are el ba'asei, he's over anasei. Avavein b'hem loisasei. There's no loisasei because the abamis became mutter. He was over because he had time to be makdish b'fnim. All that time he didn't do it, and I say is you have to be makdish b'fnim, and he wasn't. The last line, v'elu kadoshim krib b'mishkan. These are kadoshim that they were marked in the Mishkan, even at the time of the Het Ba'abamis. Kadoshim shehukdish shel Mishkan. Those kadoshim that they sanctified from the Mishkan were kabanis tzibur. Kreb Mishkan. They were marked in the Mishkan, and you could not be marked it b'bama ketana. B'bama ketana. Kabanis yachid, private. Kabanis b'bama. You were allowed to do on a bama ketana. Kabanis hayachid shehukdish shel Mishkan. Let's say you took a private carbon, which was normally mutter for Habama Yach, but you said, I'm doing it in the Mishkan. Yakivu b'Mishkan. He has to do it dafka in the Mishkan. That's what you said. You're going to do. He kivu Habama potter, but if he was making Habama, he's going to be potter. Ma bein. Okay, well, stop.